To hell with Biafran Republic. Igbos must avoid a repeat of history, Joe Igbokwe claims. I have never been an ardent supporter of Biafra, Joe Igbokwe said. I believed in its sentiments, but remained skeptical of its practical usefulness and feasibility. My position was informed by a clear and in-depth understanding of the historical and political dynamics of the Nigerian conundrum and the Igbo decadon. I was too young to understand the issues that precipitated the war, but I have spent the last 40 years studying, discussing, and writing about those issues. The Civil War was a terrible mistake that should not have been if reason, mutual respect, and collective will had prevailed. But it was an experience better forgotten, because not to let go of it will do us more harm than good, both politically and psychologically. However, inherent in the historical development preceding the war were the same attitude of ethnic and political domination based on superiority, complex, and that is still present in our today's Nigeria. But it is no longer an Igbo problem, unlike in the case of Biafra. At the height of the IPOB agitation in 2017, I addressed the situation in an article entitled Igbo and the Cause of Biafra, published in Business Hallmark on September 10, 2017, which is being reproduced here under as a confirmation of current developments in the Southeast. The Igbo have embarked on a suicidal mission that will end in a repeat of history, which rather than improve them, will destroy whatever recovery and achievement they have recorded since the war, to the envy and even hatred by others. I was in the East recently, which coincided with the implementation of the presidential mandate on security in the region, and the experience was traumatic, instructive, and an eye-opener. Igbo are their own worst enemy, and what is happening in the area now is a foretaste of the evil agenda awaiting them. What is the attachment of the Igbo to the utopian idea of Biafra? That it has become the only political agenda and a unifying force half a century after they were defeated in the suicidal war that virtually destroyed them as a strong component in Nigeria. Yes, I am an Igbo man, but the truth has to be told, Igbokwe said. This is a question confronting most Nigerians, given that it has become a sore point in the relationship between them and the federal government. It has Biafran become a stronghold, a curse on the Igbo that will continue to perpetuate and reinforce their marginalization. Biafran was fought for and lost 50 years ago by the Igbo. At the time it was declared, a generality of the Igbo agreed that it was necessary, even though not inevitable, to protect the injustice and mindless massacres of the people across the north without government intervention, and to assert the right to protect themselves and for self-determination. Before the war, the Igbo dominated every aspect of national life and government. The Igbo were governor general, senate president, head of the army, and controlled its officers. The academy, with the only two federal universities, Ibadan and Lagos, headed by them, and the bureaucracy. Biafra took away all this influence and political power, and also 1 million lives of the best of their youth and future. Beside the unprecedented and massive destruction of its infrastructure, which was never rebuilt in spite of pretentious and deceitful declaration of the three reconciliation, reconstruction, and reintegration, they were the envy of other regions, and the war was auspicious to cut them to size. Furthermore, there were deliberate government policies to ensure that they never recover fast enough to challenge the other groups. For instance, every Igbo was entitled to only 20 Nigerian pounds as the equivalent exchange value for any amount of Biafran pounds in their possession. Its effects was the complete impoverishment of the Igbo, who were just emerging from 30 months of suffering and privations, and turned everybody into beggars. It was an act of blatant and wicked vindictiveness, which was intended to cripple them permanently, economically, or so. They thought to further consolidate their malicious vendetta. The government chose to introduce the indigenization policy, which transferred the ownership of foreign companies in the country to Nigeria in 1972. Needless to say, the Igbo were not considered in its formulation because those saddled with the challenge of basic survival could not be targeted or beneficiary of corporate investment policy. You see, there is someone made a statement sometime that why is it that this guy Igbokwe, despite the fact that he is an Igbo man, still have so much hatred for his own tribe? Something is wrong. See how he is speaking as if he is not even a part of the Southeast, because the way the broadcast is sounding, it was sounding as if Igbokwe is omitting himself out of the Southeast region. You understand? He's just omitting himself away. Well, that is his own problem. Nobody even wants to have him in the Southeast. Nobody wants to even experience him because he is completely sold out to the Northerners. He said it, that he cannot leave his home to the Southeast and base because of his investment. Let him stay. Nobody wants him in the Southeast. Anyway, let me hear from you, my dear viewers, based on what Igbokwe have just said. As he has said to hell with Biafran, Biafrans are also saying to hell with him and his plans. You understand? So let me hear from you to know what you have to say about all of this that has just been noted by Joe Igbokwe. What do you have to say to Joe Igbokwe as well? Okay? Let me hear from you. Don't forget to leave your comments below the comment section. Click on the subscription buttons as well as bell buttons to receive more updates. Thank you.